Hello students, I am Ketki Bhatnagar, Assistant Professor in the Department of Mass Communication from Babu Banarsi Das University, Lucknow. This is the 8th video lecture series of the subject Media Research and Practices. This video lecture is meant for both the graduate students and for the postgraduate students. So let us start. In the previous video lecture, I have discussed the primary data collection method and the secondary data collection method, and I have discussed the various tools of the research which we use in our study. So here I will discuss in this presentation the topic survey, the method. The survey is a method which we use in research. That what is it? Polls, that why we take polls for our research, why it is needed, what is the importance, and the research problem, as I have used this term research problem in my video lectures, in my previous video lecture. So here I'll discuss the research problem, that what is a research problem, how we formulate a research problem. So let us start. So let us start with the survey. That what is a survey? In research of human subjects, a survey is a list of questions aimed at extracting specific data from a particular group of people. Yes, what is a survey? That we collect data from particular member or society people for our study. A survey is a list of questions. Yes, survey includes what? How can we conduct survey? Survey is a form of collecting data where we have to collect data by putting questions from the respondents, those who are giving us response. Survey may be conducted by phone, mail, via the internet, and sometimes face to face. Yes, survey are basically based on the face to face method, where person meet from one to another person and they take and collect the information from that particular person. Survey research is a quantitative approach. Yes, it is true, that features the use of self-report measures on carefully selected samples. That samples which we are collecting for our research are carefully measured. It is a flexible approach that can be used to study a wide variety of basic and applied research questions. As we have discussed, yes, face-to-face questions are put by the researcher itself or any agency who is taking the contract from that particular researcher or company. Survey are used to increase knowledge in the fields such as social research and demography. There are n number of types of surveys which I will discuss. Online surveys, people use the online questionnaire to ask questions. Survey research is often used to assess thoughts, opinions, and feelings. In survey, what people do, what a researcher does, they just ask question to know about that particular product. It can be for any product or for any research study particularly. So the people ask, the researcher asks the question just to know about their opinions. What is the opinion of the target person or target people or the people for whom I am conducting study, or feelings. Survey can be specific and limited. It can be both, or they can have more global, widespread goals. Yes, psychologists and sociologists often use surveys to analyze behavior, while it is also used to meet the more pragmatic needs of the media, such as in evaluating political candidates, public health officials, professional organizations, and advertising and marketing directors. If I wish to launch any product in the market, or I wish to launch any program, television program, daily soap in the market for my target audience, so what is the best method that I can use? Or I can go for the survey method, where I can use the public opinion, that what kind of content they want from a manufacturer or from the production house that they are looking for. So survey is a very good method. There can be any type of survey which I will discuss. The online survey, where one of the most popular type is that online, where people get the questionnaire online and they just fill it up. Google form, it can be a Google form questionnaire survey, paper survey, the researcher or any agency who write down all the answers which they get from the respondents. Telephonic survey it can be, people ask question on telephone and they just gather it and they just analyze it and interpret it. So this is a survey, it is a method of data collection also. Let us move towards the next slide, that is polls, opinion polls. An opinion poll, that one give their opinion on particular subject and that we can use for our study. An opinion poll, often simply referred to as a poll or a survey, is a human research survey of public opinion from a particular sample. Opinion polls are conducted by soliciting opinions from a sample, then extrapolating those results to make predictions about the opinion of an entire population, that they are, if I am collecting opinion polls from the various groups, so what I am doing, I am just collecting data that yes, this particular group has this opinion poll, second this B data has this opinion poll, and the third, and so on. Since the second half of the 20th century, probability sampling has been employed so that everyone in the population has an equal chance, likelihood of being included in selected samples. Basically, opinion polls are usually designed to represent the opinions of a population by conducting a series of questions. Yes, in opinion polls, there are series of questions that a researcher wants to know or to take the opinions from the various groups, and then extrapolating, generalizing it in ratio or within confidence intervals. Opinion polls are usually designed to represent the opinions of population, as I have discussed. By the series of questions, there are questions on which the researcher wants to study. They want to get the answer from the respondents, that what opinion they have, so that it can be used for particular study that researcher wants to prove it. Yes, that people have this opinion and this study clarifies that these are the opinions and it is based on so on. So this is about opinion polls. It is also a method which is used for the data collection. So I have discussed the survey and what is a poll, opinion poll, and survey क्या होता है? Survey is a research method that is used for data collection from a predefined group of respondents to gain information and insights into various topics of interest, and they can have multiple purposes. Researcher can conduct it many ways depending on the methodology which they are looking for, chosen for their particular study, to study goals that are related to their particular study. The data which is usually collected from the survey through the use of standardized procedures to ensure that each respondent can answer the question at a level playing field to avoid biased opinions that could influence the outcome of the researcher or study. The process involves asking people for information through questionnaires. I have already told you the person can use the questionnaire, the series of questions which can be either online or offline. So let us move towards the next slide. The next topic is defining the research problem. As I have used this term research problem in my previous video lecture, so this is very important part of our research or any research process, that what is a research problem. Defining a research problem is a crucial in defining the quality of the answer and determining the exact research methods used. Defining a research problem is a crucial in defining the quality of the answers and determines the exact research method that a particular researcher is using that method to answer that particular question. A research problem can be defined as a statement that identifies the problem or a situation to be studied. Research problem क्या होता है? Don't think like that कि research problem is a problem. कोई problem नहीं होती है. Research problem is a topic that particular researcher is using to study, or a problem that researcher wants to answer that particular problem. yes, this is my problem or this is my research topic or problem, and I have to study on that and I have to resolve that problem by answering that particular question. A research problem is a question that researcher wants to answer from that particular study, or a problem that researcher wants to solve it. Identification and formulation of a research problem is the first step of the research process. Yes, हमें पहले आइडेंटिफाई करना पड़ता है, हमें रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम को पहले बनाना पड़ता है कि येस दिस इज़ माई रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम. पहले हम एक रिसर्च हमें किस टॉपिक पर करनी है, हमारे पास ब्रॉड टर्म होता है, फिर हम उसे नैरो डाउन करते हैं. देन व्हेन वी नैरो डाउन द टर्म एंड व्हेन वी नैरो डाउन आवर सब्जेक्ट और पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक और पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन, दैट इज कॉल्ड आवर रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम. Now here we will talk about selection of research problem. हम कैसे select करते हैं कि yes this is my research problem, I have to study on that particular research problem. That depends on several factors such as researcher's knowledge. Yes, अगर मुझे किसी टॉपिक के बारे में नॉलेज है कि नहीं ये मेरा एक रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है, इस पे मैं काम कर सकती हूँ, तो वो मेरे बैकग्राउंड की जो नॉलेज है, मेरे जो पहले से मेरी ऑब्जर्वेशन थी, कुछ मेरी जो नॉलेज थी, मेरा इंटरेस्ट था, मैं किसी चीज़ में एक्सपर्ट हूँ. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आई एम एक्सपर्ट इन डूइंग सर्वे ऑन स्टूडेंट्स, देन मेरा रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम किससे रिलेटेड रहेगा, स्टूडेंट से रिलेटेड रहेगा, क्योंकि मुझे स्टूडेंट्स का टॉपिक जो भी होता है रिलेटेड वो मुझे अट्रैक्ट करता है. उस पर अब मुझे स्टूडेंट्स मेरा एक सेक्शन हो गया, लेकिन स्टूडेंट्स पे मुझे क्या रिसर्च करनी है, मुझे उनका बिहेवियर रिसर्च करना है, मुझे बैचलर्स के बच्चों का बिहेवियर जानना है कि वो कैसे अपने टीचर से बिहेव करते हैं. सो दिस इज़ माई टॉपिक, दिस इज़ माई रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम, हाउ दे बिहेव. सो मेरे जो रिसर्च टॉपिक है वो किस पे बेस्ड है, वो कैसे बनता है रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम, कैसे, व्हाट इज़ द बेसिक फॉर फॉर्मुलेटिंग any research problem. That is based on my knowledge, that is based on my interest, that is based on my skills, that is based on any experience, that is based on any motivation. So our research problem, how it become a topic, it depends on several factors, that is knowledge, skills, interest, experts, motivation, and so on. There can be any experiment that I have already done in the past, and that is my research problem, that I want to prove it. So these are the several points which are dependent that how we formulate a research problem and why I wish to conduct a study on that particular research problem. Next, research problem may take, so the next point is research problem may take a number of forms from the very simple to very complex. Yes, it is the next point. Research problem may take a number of forms. Yes, there can be various things from the very simple to very complex. Yes, if I have selected any topic or a research problem that I am feeling that this is a damn easy to conduct this research problem for my research process, but when it comes to do a particular research study, then it comes then how it is becoming complex for a researcher. Next, research topic. What is the research topic? The broad general area expected. रिसर्च टॉपिक एज आई हैव टोल्ड यू कि मैंने एक पॉइंट लिया कि मुझे बच्चों का बिहेवियर पढ़ना है, ये एक बहुत बड़ा सब्जेक्ट हो गया, एक बहुत बड़ा टॉपिक हो गया, लेकिन बच्चों के बिहेवियर में मुझे क्लास बिहेवियर पढ़ना है, उनका पर्सनल बिहेवियर विद फ्रेंड्स पढ़ना है, उनका क्लास बिहेवियर पढ़ना है टीचर के साथ के, तो ये मैं नैरो डाउन कर रही हूँ. सो रिसर्च टॉपिक इज़ अ ब्रॉड टर्म एंड अम्ब्रेला टर्म, एंड फ्रॉम वेयर वी गेट वेरी स्पेसिफिक विद द रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम. The broad general area expected to investigate, it is a broad idea or concept from which many problems may be delineated. Yes, एक हम broad research topic एक बहुत बड़ा term हो गया, एक umbrella term हो गया, उस umbrella को कट करते 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 हम एक specific point पे आए और वो specific point हमारा research problem बनता है. Research problem, a situation or circumstances that requires a solution to be described, explained or predicted. It is an unsatisfactory. The problem which we wish or which we want to resolve, that is called a research problem. As researcher wants to resolve that problem or to get answer of that particular problem, that is called a research problem. So let us move towards the next. R.S. Woodworth defines problem as a situation for which we have no ready and successful responses by instinct or by previous acquired habit. We must find out what to do. That is, the solution can be found out only after an investigation. Yes, problem क्या होती है? If in a layman language, problem जिसका हमारे पास solution नहीं है. But when we talk about a research problem जो हमारा एक प्रॉब्लम है, जिस सिचुएशन या सर्कमस्टेंसेस को हम स्टडी करना चाह रहा है पर्टिकुलर रिसर्च है, उस टॉपिक ब्रॉड हो गया, टॉपिक को नैरो डाउन किया, हमारा रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम निकला, दैट आई विश टू कंडक्ट अ रिसर्च स्टडी ऑन द पर्टिकुलर रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम एंड इसका मुझे आंसर चाहिए. दैट इज कॉल्ड अ रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम. नेक्स्ट, द फॉलोइंग पॉइंट शुड बी केप्ट इन माइंड by a researcher in selecting a research problem. Now we have discussed the research problem कैसे बनी, लेकिन research problem को formulate करने के टाइम पे एक researcher को क्या क्या points अपने दिमाग में रखने चाहिए. Now let us discuss here. The first, the subject on which research work has been overdue should not be chosen. Yes, the research work which has been overdue should not be chosen by the researcher because it will be a difficult task to throw any new light. If any research has been overdone or overdue, then researcher must face many problems to give a new light to that particular research problem. Next, the problem should neither be too narrow nor too vague. Vague मतलब कि बहुत ज़्यादा उसमें confusion ना हो और वो क्लियर हो. रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम हमारी जितनी नैरो होगी, नैरो में ये भी नहीं कि आपका बस एक पॉइंट, जैसे स्टूडेंट, इट शुड, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आई हैव टू स्टडी द बिहेवियर ऑफ स्टूडेंट इन क्लास विद देयर टीचर्स. सो दिस इज माय रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम कि उनका क्या बिहेवियर है. इफ आई विल गेट दैट व्हाट इज द बिहेवियर ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स of what, there is a question mark, then it is I am just narrowing down my topic or my research problem, but it is not clear that what I have to do with that particular topic. So it should not be too narrow or not too vague, that it should be clear. Whatever I am taking as a research problem, it should be very clear that this is the particular point which I have to study. Next, the topic of the research should be familiar. Yes, it should be familiar. It should not be out of the box that no one can study or no one is bothered, and it is not related for any society and it is not giving any fruitful results to anyone. So that is not familiar. So it is not useful, and it should be feasible. That it should be easy for the researcher to conduct that study, so that the researcher can easily have an access to related research materials or sources of research. So these are the points which one must take into consideration while selecting a research problem. Next, controversial subjects should be avoided while selecting a research problem. Yes, it is a very important point that one must not take a controversial statement or any research problem that can create any problem to the researcher or in the society, or it can create any riots in the society. So the controversial subjects should be avoided by the researcher. Next, while selecting research problem, the researcher should also take into account the various factors. That what are those factors which researcher should take while selecting or formulating a research problem? That are the importance of subject. Yes, that whatever topic research problem I am taking, it should be relevant, it should be important for the society or for the researcher, that are upcoming researcher or for the upcoming studies. The qualification, the training of the researcher, the investment elements, that what are the elements which that like money, cost or resources which are needed, that one must or researcher must take into consideration before selecting any research problem or any formulating research problem. That what kind of investment it is, how costly it is, how much time it can take. So these are the points, and what are the various resources which one can use for their research problem or study. So these are the points which one must consider while formulating a research problem. I hope you all understood. As I have told you, these video lectures, this particular video lecture and the previous video lectures are meant for both the graduate and the postgraduate students. So let us move towards the next slide. Now we will talk about a research problem may come from several sources. That what are the various sources from where we consider or we formulate a research problem. That can be theory of one's interest. Yes, if I am reading or studying any particular theory, then I can formulate a research problem from that particular theory. Next, practical experience. If I have faced any experience, then I can consider any research problem from my particular experience. Daily problems which I face, that if I have to take study that कि किसी भी डिपार्टमेंट में गंदा पानी क्यों आ रहा है, तो ये एक डेली प्रॉब्लम है विच वी आर फेसिंग और स्टूडेंट्स आर फेसिंग. सो मेरा रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम यहाँ से बन सकता है, डेली प्रॉब्लम्स कोई फेस करता है तो. प्रीवियस रिसर्च वर्क्स, existing theories or the theories which are already existed or I have come up with any new theory. Technological changes, yes. Unexplored areas, those areas which are not explored by anyone, any researcher in the past, so we can take that topic or research problem. Discussions with supervisors, yes, if I have a discussion with my seniors or supervisors and I just come up with a new theory or new research problem, then I can consider. So these are the several various factors which can influence someone to take a research problem, and these are the sources. I hope you understood the sources, that from where our research problem come, how we come up with the new research problems. So let us move towards the next one. Now here we will discuss the formulation of a research problem, that how one formulate a research problem. So let us move towards the next slide. First and foremost and very important point, selection of a research area, that which area which I am considering or a researcher is considering for a research. Formulation of a research problem begins with the selection of a broad research topic. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू कि पहले एक आप टॉपिक लेते हो कि हमें इस टॉपिक पे, जैसे आई हैव टू टेक एग्जाम्पल ऑफ वेब सीरीज़, मुझे वेब सीरीज़ पे एक रिसर्च करनी है. अब वेब सीरीज़ अपने में ही एक बहुत ब्रॉड टर्म है. अब मुझे इंडियन वेब सीरीज़ लेनी है, मुझे हॉलीवुड की लेनी है, या फिर मुझे किस कैटेगरी के किस एडल्ट के लिए लेनी है, वो क्या उसकी कैटेगरीज, वेब सीरीज़ की कौन सी कैटेगरी है, मुझे उसमें एंटरटेनिंग चाहिए या मुझे फ़नी चाहिए, मुझे जोक मतलब जो फ़नी हो, फ़नी कंटेंट चाहिए, या मुझे सीरियस कंटेंट चाहिए, या मुझे हॉरर कंटेंट चाहिए. सो दीज आर द ब्रॉड टर्म्स. अ वेब सीरीज़ कुड बी अ ब्रॉड टॉपिक, बट उस वेब सीरीज़ को लेके मुझे स्टडी क्या करनी है, दैट आई कम विद अ रिसर्च प्रॉब्लम. सो आई हैव टू नैरो डाउन माई research topic to a research problem. Selection of a broad research topic from personal experiences. It can be based on my personal experience. If I like watching web series, then maybe I would love to take the research study based on the web series, but my web series is a broad term. I have to narrow it down, that what particular topic I am considering for the research. That could be based on personal experience, literature that I have already read, any content, previous research which are done in the past, I can consider that also. Theories in which a researcher is interested, like if I love bullet theory, for example, if I love bullet theory and I just love to explore it more and more and more, so what I can do with the bullet theory, I will come up with new concept and I can consider it to make a new change in that particular study, and has significance for library profession. So these are the first point is that selection of a research area, that किस एरिया में मुझे रिसर्च करनी है, पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक मेरा क्या रहेगा, मेरा इंटरेस्ट कैसे आएगा, मेरा इंटरेस्ट क्या है. तो पहले मुझे रिसर्च एरिया को अपना सेलेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. सो द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, reviewing the literature and theories. Yes, review of literature is a very important part of research or of any study, because the data which is already available related to my study is called literature review. After getting a broad idea of research, he or she, or here we can talk about the researcher, needs to review the literature. ऐसा तो नहीं है कि जो मैं अपना टॉपिक ले रही हूँ स्टडी के लिए वो ऑलरेडी किसी ने कर रखा है और अगर वो ऑलरेडी किसी ने कर रखा है तो क्या मेरे कॉन्सेप्ट से मैच कर रहा है? तो ऑलरेडी जो मेरे टॉपिक से रिलेटेड रिसर्च हो चुकी है उसको हम कंसिडर करते हैं एज अ लिटरेचर रिव्यू. And theories, literature is reviewed to know what has already been done. Yes, कि पास्ट में क्या स्टडी उस टॉपिक पे हो चुकी है इन दिस सेलेक्टेड एरिया ऑफ रिसर्च. ऐसा तो नहीं जो मेरी रिसर्च स्टडी है सेम किसी और ने भी की और सेम एक्सपीरियंस उसका है तो हमारी कॉन्ट्राडिक्ट हो जाएंगी. तो अगर मेरे पास कोई नए चेंजेस हैं तो लास्ट तक हमारी क्या रिसर्च हुई है उस पर और उस पर लिटरेचर क्या अवेलेबल है. लिटरेचर रिव्यू बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट होता है किसी भी रिसर्च का. So while doing a literature review, one must open their ear and eyes open, and it is a very important part of any research. Let us move towards the next point, delimiting the research topic. Yes, you have to delimit your research topic. One has to. We have to determine the limits or boundaries of that particular research. In this step, researcher proceeds from a general area of interest to more specific. Here in this study, what a researcher does, just give a boundaries to your research process. In this step, the researcher what does, take a general area of research and get specific to that particular topic so that it will help researcher to study and to get focused on that particular topic of study. Delimitations are set so that our goals do not become impossible large to complete and we can come to our goal easily by delimiting the research topic. Examples it can be like objective of our research, questions or variables which we are using. The variables we have discussed, the dependent and the independent variables. Objective, we set the examples, we set the objectives of our study, that this is my study and this is the particular objective or goal of my study and I have to achieve. I have particular theory that I have to use it and I am very much focused towards that theory. If I am using variable, for example, I am taking dependent on independent variable, then I have to discuss, I have to delimit my study with those particular variables. If for example, if I am taking an example of that how much ice creams get sold in the month of July, then what is this? There is two variable that in the month of July is from summer and the sale of ice cream that depends on temperature. Then temperature is what? Temperature is my independent variable. I cannot control the temperature and the sale of ice cream is dependent on temperature. So sale of ice cream is an dependent variable and temperature is an independent variable. So I have to delimit that what are the variables which I am taking, what is the objective of my study that I have to study, and what is the theory which I am using, theoretical objective that you have adopted, and population chosen by the target audience which I am taking or the researcher is taking for their own study. So one has to be very specific in their study. So this point what it declares, that delimiting the research topic, and when researcher delimits the topic, then researcher has to include all these things, the objectives, the goals, the theoretical section, theoretical objections or objectives, they have to mention it, they have to mention the variables, they have to delimit. Once they get with the delimiting the research topic, the researcher will be very focused towards their study, then what specific study they have to go with. For example, initially a researcher decides to conduct a study on impact of library internship on BBD students. Later in this stage, researcher limits. Now here the researcher is limiting it to specific research topic, a study on perception of BBD students, that what kind of perception BBD students have about the impact on internship in SRMU University. So here the researcher get very specific towards their study, and it is very important to delimit your research topic. Otherwise the researcher will be in a big mess because the topic is not decided, the research topic is broad, and the research problem which they are considering, a researcher is considering, is messy and one can go away from their path what they have to study. get defocused also by not delimiting the research topic. Although delimiting is in somewhere, it could be artificial, what I feel, but limits amount of concepts or conceptual information. It somewhere artificially it limits the amount of conceptual information we need to know. Otherwise many of us would need to spend lifetimes catching up to the current knowledge, or we can get into mess. Otherwise our study will be defocused, or what we wish to study will not be achieved, or what the findings which we are looking for, we will not get into that. And delimitation include the population. I have told you population of a study, variables, statistical analysis. It can be focus on the research. Within the research proposal, the researcher include explanations for previous theoretical objections or objective approaches not under review within the literature review. So it is a very important part to delimit your research topic for getting the right or apt findings which one wants to know from their study. So let us move towards the next point, that is the evaluating the research problem. Now the most important part has come out, that we have to evaluate. Once we have delimited our research topic, we have narrowed up the research topic, a broad topic, into a narrow down it. Now we have to evaluate the research problem, that what I wish or a researcher wish to evaluate from the research problem. Once researcher is clear about the specific research problem, the next research problem must be carefully evaluated for its significance, researchability and feasibility. Now here the identification of a research problem refers to the sense of awareness that researcher has for a prevalent social problem, a social phenomena or a concept that is worthy study, that is useful for other researcher or for the society, that I am taking it for the new findings, as it requires to be investigated properly. To understand it, the researcher identifies such as research problem through his observation or her observation, through her back knowledge they have from the past experiences, wisdoms or skills. A good research problem should be very significant. While evaluating, we have to consider that it should be significant. It should contribute enough to the existing body of research. It should lead to further research. The problem should render itself to investigate through collection of data. So evaluation is a very lengthy process, that when you are evaluating the research problem, that you have to work on this study. So this is a very important part, that you should evaluate the research problem with its significance and its worthiness for the future perspective and for the current perspective as well. So this is a very important fourth point, that how we evaluate the research. It is clear about the specific. When we are clear with the research topic, so we just narrow down the research problem and we do it, that how it is worthy for future perspective and the current perspective, and how it will be useful. So let us move towards the next point, formulating final statement of research problem. Once we are done with the evaluation of research problem, now what we have to do, we have to formulate the final research problem. After establishing the significance, yes, that why our research problem is significant, we have to mention it, that why our research is significant, the researchability and the feasibility, that yes, it is easy to conduct a research particular study, and then the researcher finally formulate a final statement of research problem. After considering all these points, researcher comes to an end with the final statement of research problem, that yes, this is my particular so and so topic of a research problem, and one has to study on the same, and the researcher has to collect the data on the basis of their research problem, and then they have to decide that yes, this is my research problem. Now I have to design my research, the research process, how we will collect the data, how we will analyze it, how we will interpret the data. So these are the key points which one should consider while formulating a research problem, so that one has to be very specific and focused. Otherwise the researcher will get confused, and that research problem will be in a mess, and it will be in a way so that our research should be specific and we should formulate our research problem in with a very specific process so that we can come up with our new findings which we want to study. So these are the points which one should consider while formulating a research problem. I hope you all understood the concept that what is survey, what is polls, what are the opinion polls, why it is used, what are the methods which we use for the data collection, and what is a research problem and what is a research topic, and how we formulate a research problem from a broad term that is a research problem, that what point should be considered while formulating a research problem and why it is important to formulate a research problem so that one researcher can go with the specific study and will not get defocused from their particular study. So these are the points which I have discussed. I hope you all understood the concept of research, the types of research, what are the various factors which are considered, what is research design, what is research process, what are the various steps, what is hypothesis, what is sampling, what are the various types of sampling, and what is data collection, what are the data collection techniques, tools which we use for study, and what is a survey, why we use survey, what is sample survey, what is census survey. These are the difference. There is a difference which I have already mentioned in my previous lectures, and I hope you understand the concept of hypothesis and the topic which I have covered here, that survey, polls, and what is research problem, why it is really necessary to formulate a research problem, what is the worthiness of formulating a research problem, what point should be considered, how we get the sources of research problem, what are the various sources from where we can formulate a research problem. So these are the basic points which one should consider. I hope you all understood all these concepts. In the next video lecture, we will discuss the concept of data analysis, that what is the data analysis, what is data. I have already discussed in the previous lecture. I will discuss the data analysis, the process for the qualitative data analysis, for the quantitative analysis. We will discuss the process of whole analysis process in the research which one uses, and that is a very important part of research, to analyze the data in a correct form so that we can get the findings in a way that which we want. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.